Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 54 of The Road to Glory. Now, let's get straight into the episode. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one today, as I'm recording fairly late at night, and I do have to get up for work pretty early tomorrow morning, so looking to get maybe just over an hour. Maybe an hour and 5 minutes is sort of the goal at the moment. And we're going to try and get straight into a Battala Eterna. And of course, we are getting very, very close to the release of TEW 2020. And I just want to say that I will have a Greydogsoftware affiliation link. I haven't mentioned it previously, but when the full game is released, the retail version, if you guys could support the channel just by using the link, going over there, purchasing the game. Most of you are probably going to purchase it anyway. So if you use the link, like I said, it gives back a little bit to the channel. Alright, so let's get into this episode. Now, we are still building towards, well, we're pretty much into the week of KYLER versus Silver Tiger, so we're going to continue. Ooh. That would be an interesting signing. But he's too old. Demonio. El Demonio. Yeah, I mean, he's just too old. He's really popular, but like I said, we won't really be able to use him. And it looks like he's actually deteriorating. Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't even want to come to us anyway. Ooh, interesting that Senmatsu, of course, one of our former wrestlers over in Summit Wrestling, actually leaving Golden Canvas. He is loyal to well, that's Warrior. Is it Warrior Engine? What is it? WEXXV, I think, is Warrior Engine. Is it Warrior Engine, or am I completely... Yeah, Warrior Engine. Okay. For some reason, I thought I was wrong there, but... Anyway, the last episode, of course, we also made our dojo, which was the Eternal Dojo, so... I'm not really expecting anyone to come through just yet. However, you know, we've got that to look forward to as well. And I think the first wrestler to come through our dojo, I would like to... Not necessarily to push them, but to at least train them in a pretty decent way. And what I mean by that is we're going to try and develop their skills to a similar point where they will be able to get themselves over. We're not going to give them the KYLER development or training that we did pretty early on in the series, but something similar along those lines would be pretty ideal. Anyway, the real question is, what do we want to do? Now, we have all these matches booked, so let me just look at the bookings that we have for Punto Santificado. So we are doing Blue Phantom taking on Felipe. That's a rematch. El Critico taking on El Mitico, which is a very big match. And I think we might do a main event of Felipe and a Critico against Blue Phantom and El Mitico. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. What was the last main event I did? Okay, so it was El Critico and Boom Boom. And of course, El Critico was relatively impressed. I think we're going to go with the match I just said. So Blue Phantom, El Mitico Jr. taking on El Critico, and Felipe Caballero as well. Ooh. Okay, well in that case, we're going to change it. We're going to bring Boom Boom Jamaica in. El Mitico is currently injured, but he's working through it. So in his place, Boom Boom Jamaica, definitely good enough. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do here. I think we have to have Felipe and El Critico going over. So I think El Critico to pin Blue Phantom kind of makes the most sense coming out of the match. Only because of El Critico's popularity. You know, he's got B- across the board. Part of me wants to sign him up to a written deal, but it's just going to be too expensive. Yeah. Almost 20,000. I mean, at this point, honestly, if South of the Border decide to try and steal him away, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I've actually become a massive fan of El Critico myself. Anyway, up next, we want a heel. Who do we want? Because we want someone to take on KYLER. But I also want it to be someone that he hasn't really versed much. Maybe... Actually, let's go old school with it. Let's go Samael the Accuser. This is very old school, actually. I mean, we could give it 20 minutes. He is being pushed as a mid-carder. He's also a third of our trios champions as well. Yeah, so I think we're gonna go 20. Of course, the show lengths are longer now. That might beat out the main event. I'm not sure, but we're gonna do... Let's do some angles. So to... Alright, we want a KYLER angle first up. Just by himself, hopefully we'll get the 100A star out of KYLER, and then we want to have an angle after the match from Silver Tiger, and he's basically just going to beat down KYLER after his match. You know, essentially trying to soften him up for the pay-per-view match. So yeah, Silver Tiger beating down on KYLER after its victory there. And then after the main event, we want a... they're not coming to blows, but it's more of a confrontation between El Mitico and El Critico. The El Critico is already out in the ring, and then we have El Mitico coming in, and them, you know, together having a bit of a stare down, bit of a face-off, bit of trash talking, you know, without a microphone, but just so the cameras can see, and then obviously the show fades to black at the end, hyping up the pay-per-view. Alright, up next, we want to have a tag team match for Absolute Power. They're going into their Torijas title match against the Eternal Kings, so I think we want Team Burning Fury to take on... Well, they can go in a losing effort against Major Huanta and Devious Dr. Fang. There we go. I might actually put another angle in here. We're going to go with Scythe. And he's going to be accompanied by Absolute Power. So there we go. Probably shouldn't rate DDF or Huanta. But at the same time, I mean, it's probably better for them to develop their skills as well. Alright, what else do we need? We need some more matches. Now, of course, Austin's smooth. Now, Austin doesn't actually have a match, from what I can tell. We are eventually going to have Austin take on Blue Phantom. But with that in mind, we need a number one contender. I don't think we made a number one contender yet. But let's go mid-carders and lower. And we'll see what we got. So we got Austin. We'll exclude Booked there as well. Let's go Island Boy Apollo. I really like him, so, you know, he will eventually get a push. And let's go Phoenix 3 with a heel. I mean, we could go Ernest. Or maybe Scythe. It might be too soon. What's his popularity? It's 31. It's not too bad. Oh my god, look how much popularity he gained in 1 month. He went from 15 to 31. That's 16 points of popularity. That is absolutely mental. Anyway. So do we go with him or do we go with Scythe? We might go with Scythe. Scythe is a little bit more popular. But then again, I don't really want Scythe to lose, and I kind of want Island Boy to win. So let's go with Ernest. This is actually a really good triple threat match. I mean, it'd probably be a better singles match just between Island Boy and Ernest, but I have to say, Phoenix 4 has improved quite a bit. And he can even call matches now, which I think is a bit of a credit to him, and a credit to Tricolor Jr. as well, being his mentor. Obviously passing down the psychology. So going into that match, I actually want to we'll give Austin an angle. And this is him giving an opportunity to 3 sort of two new guys in the company, and then 1 sort of overlooked younger talent in Phoenix 4. And yeah, he's just giving them an opportunity to potentially face him at Punto Santificado. Alright, next up we need a women's match. I kind of want to do a 5v5. Let's do a big women's match. Let's have let's go faces first. We only have 5 faces, so Pinky and Velvet, and then the heels. Let's go with Brooke, Francisca, Hellcat. Yeah, Mystery Pink and Purple Viper. Obviously, we don't need to have the champion in the match. And I mean, I don't care who wins, so we're going to leave it blank as well. We'll make it the storytelling match. Putting on a bit of a show. Just all the women going at it. And we'll chuck that up there. And then I guess we can just have all 10 women. Well, I don't think we can actually do 10 women in an angle. But let's go with Brooke. Let's go with Francisca. Let's go with who else is on the team. I'm pretty sure we had Mystery Pink. I'm pretty sure we had Purple Viper. And I cannot remember for the life of me who is the final woman on that roster. Did I say roster? I meant the heel team. Like I said, it's late at night. And my brain is just not working as well as it should be. Alright, let me just save it and we'll come back in because it's getting a bit ridiculous with my brain not functioning the way it's supposed to be. And it is Hellcat, okay. I do actually want to give them all success, so there we go. Alright, so we do need to add more minutes. So I think we'll make the women's match 12. Let's make this 12 as well. Will this be high flying? I feel like it could be. Oh, never mind. Ernest is really bad at high flying. But yeah, we can give it. Yeah, we already gave it 12. What else? I guess we'll give this one 12 as well. And that's unfortunately still not working. Alright, so with that said, I guess we're going to reduce the women's angle to 4 minutes. You know what? Let's scrap the women's angle. After all that work, we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to change this from storytelling to work the crowd. And then we're going to make this our storytelling match. I'm assuming we're still missing a high spots, but we can do that on the pre-show. We're actually going to use Silver Tiger to do that. There he is. The man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, look at the popularity, man. He exploded. He really exploded. And made it to the big time. We could just do Phoenix 3. Never mind. We won't do that. Amazing Firefly. There we go. Perfect. I'm pretty sure... No, we've never done it. Okay. Not that it matters because it's on the pre-show, but... I mean, Amazing Firefly is exactly what you want. And he actually needs the psychology boost as well. Which I'm assuming Silver Tiger will probably give him. Hopefully he will. Alright, up next, we'll go with the Eternal Kings, and they can take on Mystico and Hush, I guess. Give Flores the victory. And I'm pretty sure we can call that as well. Interesting that quite a few of our champions are on the pre-show. And then finally, let's go another tag, and we'll go with New Wave Outlaws to take on Hurricane and Kid San Juan. San Juan? Either, it doesn't matter which way I pronounce it, it's always going to sound weird because of my Australian accent. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because you get the point. You really do. And we'll give Austin the victory there as well. I think we can call, can we? No, we still can't. Hurricane's getting up there, though. He's getting up there. For sure, a future star. I'm hoping in TEW 2020, he'll actually be a semi-decent worker. Hopefully, he's either at Oli or south of the border. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I also hope that there might be a new Mexican promotion as well. Another, decent promotion. I'm hoping it's more upscale than CILL and EMLL. So, like, similar type of style to Oli. But obviously Oli has the historical... Hopefully Oli itself will be cult going in. Either way, what am I doing? Yeah, we're scripting the match. Alright, there we go. Absolute rambles. Alright, let's run the show. Generic venue, yes. Let's run it. So we start off with a 64C, where we have New Wave Outlaws defeating Hurricane and Kid San Juan in 9:52, when Austin Smooth defeated Hurricane by submission with a smooth hold. Got some improvements. We've got Kid San Juan improving in performance, and then we have Mobstar improving in technical. Moving into the second pre-show, 62C, where we have the Eternal Kings defeating Mystico and Hush in 10:01, when Flores defeated Mystico by pinfall with a Flores Heaven Elbow. No improvements there. And then finally, okay, bloody Silver Tiger. He does it. He does it. That should have been... I should have just put this onto the show. ATB for our pre-show main event, where we have Silver Tiger defeating Amazing Firefly in 11:37 by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. And we also have Amazing Firefly improving in performance skills, which is exactly what I wanted. Hopefully that's in psychology. Because I'm also touting him, and by him I mean Amazing Firefly, to be a future star. Anyway, we start off the show with our 5v5 women's tag. We get a 69C+, which is pretty decent considering how many women are actually in this match. And we have the team of Electric Dreamer, Estrella Blanca, Lauren Easter, Pinky Perez, and Velvet Suarez defeating Brooke Tyler, Francisca Marcos, Hellcat Hernandez, Mystery Pink, and Purple Viper in 11:42, when Pinky defeated Brooke by pinfall with a pink butterfly bomb. Yeah, just a good match all round. And we also have Electric Dreamer improving in rumble skills. Alright, 66 there for Mystery Pink, and a 70 for Electric Dreamer. We also have Francisca and Brooke getting around the same, just into the 60s there. We then move into a 65C rated angle, which is Austin Smooth again, reiterating the fact that he's basically sanctioned a triple threat #1 contenders match for his Mexico title. And that match is up next. Getting a 60C, which is pretty respectable. And we actually have Island Boy Apollo, even though I made him the winner, defeating Ernest Youngman and Phoenix 4 in 12-24 when Island Boy defeated Ernest by pinfall with an Island driver. We also have Phoenix 4 improving in both technical and performance skills as well. Moving on. We should probably book that in. So it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. And we're going to have champion Austin Smooth taking on recent debutant Island Boy Apollo for the Mexico title. All right. Moving on to a 69C+, where we have Evil Incorporated, basically Scythe, hyping up DDF and Major Juanta before their tag match. And again, he's kind of outlining the plan to take down Heroes, which these two will be in action against the Eternal Kings with the titles on the line. Their match gets a 65C, where we have Absolute Power defeating Team Burning Fury in 12-14, when Major Juanta defeated Takashita by submission with a boot camp clutch. Yeah, just a good match. 65 in ring there for DDF. Mr. Devious Dr. Fang. Alright, we then go into a 100A star off-script promo from KYLER. Glad to see that back where it belongs at a 100A star. And yeah, as you can see, clearly enjoying the freedom to go off script. His match getting an 80B. Probably should have made that the main event. Anyway, Kyler Adams defeating Samael the Accuser, of course former foes in Summit Wrestling, in 1940 by pinfall with a K-trigger. 76 in-ring there from Kyler. And yeah, I mean, a main event, quality, semi-main event. We then go into the attack, the brutal attack, let's say, by Silver Tiger on Kyler post-match, getting a 98A star. And of course, yeah, Kyler pretty beat up going into the pay-per-view. Will he be at 100%? That is kind of the question. And sort of, what is the reasoning? You know, Silver Tiger claims to be the best in Ole, essentially saying that he's one of the best in Mexico, period. But yet he sees this young up-and-comer and has to resort to essentially, you know, beating the crap out of him prior to, I would say, well, it's Silver Tiger's first defense, I think, and arguably the toughest competition he's going to face, I guess, apart from El Critico. All right, moving on to the main event, which does not do as well. Getting a 74B-, still relatively good. And I think if El Mitico was in the match, it might have done a little bit better. Anyway, we do have Felipe Caballero and El Critico defeating Blue Phantom and Boom Boom Jamaica in 2008, when El Critico defeated Blue Phantom by pinfall with a critical mass. And we have a few improvements. Once again, El Critico still improving in performance skills. And then we also have Felipe improving in technical. And finally, to end the show, we get an 81B, where we have El Mitico Jr. and, of course, El Critico staring each other down, bit of trash talk, and they are gearing up to go at it at the pay-per-view. Alright, overall show rating, pretty good, 80B, solid enough. You know, that's what I kind of expect these TV shows to sort of get. I think a 77 and above, which is the minimum grade for a B, is what I'm expecting my TV shows. And I think from the pay-per-views, I'm kind of expecting a B+ at a minimum, which is, you know, it's good to set your goals pretty high. And then obviously, when you fail, it's pretty sad. But anyway, Battella Turner getting a 0.87 TV rating there. And then we go Punto Santificado 4. And that is in 2 days. So let's have a look at the popularity real quick. I think that is the same from last episode. 67, and then a 54 in both of the other regions. And then looks like our popularity is almost at an E-, I think, in the 2 regions in America. I'm thinking it's getting pretty close. Alrighty. Let's get into it. Now, I'm looking for big things from this main event. I feel like it has to be the A that I'm looking for. I want Kyler to be in an A-rated match. And I think it might be coming. If it's an A star, I might just freak out. But here we go. Let's book Punto Santificado 4 live on pay-per-view. Celestion, Mexico. We got Takashita providing a free crate of drinks for everybody. Absolute champion. Gonna give him a match just for that. We're also going to do a rib on Felipe, as he's one of my boys, but, you know, he doesn't really give a shit about it. Anyway. Expecting 14,500 fans as well. Good to see the wrestling industry up there as well. B-. Economy not far behind either. So, you know, coming to Mexico, we came at the right time. We really did. I mean, I have to say, the US economy and wrestling industry is starting to increase as well. But, I mean, we were in a bad position. Now, I think I'm going to do 25 minutes. Or should I do 30? I'm not sure. Kind of want to do 30. We're going to do 30. Okay, scary stuff. Universal title is going to be on the line. But unfortunately, it is not going to be KYLER'S night. He hasn't fully recovered from the brutal attack just a couple of days before on Battella Eterna. And as a result, not going to get the victory and become Universal Champion here tonight. However, he puts on a bloody good show. And it's, you know, the match goes for 30 minutes. He stays in the match, just being beaten down constantly kicking out. You know, what you would expect from a champion, a true champion at heart, like Kyler. Yeah, then up next, we are going to have a title change as well. The Parijas titles are going to change hands, and it is going to be Devious Dr. Fang getting the pinfall onto Marcos Flores. And during the match, we're also going to have some more interference. As you'd expect, Evil Incorporated doing what they do best. And this time it's going to be Lopez, and he's going to be attacked by Scythe himself. Alright, let's book the rest of the match. So open, called, slow build. Can we call? We still cannot call. This is really frustrating me, man. Major Juanta is just doesn't seem to be improving. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. We'll script it. It's only the tag. Okay. We'll also keep Flores strong. And he's still unhappy. Okay. I guess we'll protect him as well. Alright, it works. It works. Did I put the title? Yeah, titles are on the line. New champions. Then up next, we will have... Well, we can just book... We can book this match. Actually, do I want to do... It was supposed to be a 30-minute Iron Man match. And this was... It was really going to be El Medico's break into the main event. But he's injured, so... Yeah, bloody Ernest with a botch. Alright, what we're going to do instead, we are going to delay that match until the next pay-per-view. Which is Trey Shinado. I'm butchering that name. Trey Shinado. Yeah, I'll go with Trey Shinado. So we're going to move that to there. Not book match. What am I doing? Alright, move booking to Trey Shinado. We might actually make that the main event. We'll see how we go. We'll see what I come up with. But considering, you know, those two guys are kind of in line for the Universal title, I don't particularly want to do a rematch just yet for Silver Tiger and Kyler. It's going to be a bit more of a slow burn. Yeah, we might actually have Silver Tiger. Maybe we'll have him be involved in some sort of trios, triple threat or something like that. But even then, I don't really want him taking a pinfall. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. Keep booking. So we'll get our women's title next. Going to be Queen Amazon and Electric Dreamer. And again, we're going to leave it blank. See if our girl Electric Dreamer can finally win the title without me booking it on her. And we are once again going to script the match as well. Mujeres title on the line. There we go. Up next, we'll go with the sort of grudge match. I want to give it 20. I really want to give it 20. He needs the stamina increase. Stamina. Yeah. I pronounce it weird to some people. But who do I want to win? I think Blue Phantom has to win. And that's going to allow him to become Austin's next challenger. At the, you know, at the behest of our boy Felipe. Alright, what's next? We have the title match itself. I think we'll give it 20 as well. Definitely deserves it. And it is going to be Austin. But unfortunately, it's going to be Austin cheating to win. Going to be a tainted victory. Couldn't get it done against Island Boy Apollo. You know, in a sportsman-like way, shall we say. Alright, we'll make the women's match storytelling. We'll then also have a high spots match in here as well. I think I want to have like a high spots tag match. And let's have Boom Boom. Let me exclude booked. Actually, let's go Dos Phoenix because we haven't really used them too much. And they can take on... Well, we need some high-flying heels. Maybe Labyrinto and Mystico. I think that could be a good match. Just a 10-minute high spots. And we'll give the victory... Let's give it to Phoenix 4. You know, he's been impressing me recently, so... I think we can call the match. I keep doing that because I think Phoenix is so bad for some reason. But he's not that bad. He's really not anymore, so... I need to put a bit more faith into him. And try and remember the fact that he is actually able to call matches. Alright, so let me do angles and then we'll sort of sort out exactly what is going on in regards. And we're actually going to have a Silver Tiger celebration just to rub it in to the fans based on overness as well, because that is essentially what a celebration is. The Silver Tiger celebrates in the ring, rubbing his victory in the faces of the fans, if it'll fit. Alright, there we go. Perfect. I'm assuming that's going to do really well because his popularity, especially after that match, which I expect to do really well, is probably going to be, hoping a B+. That would be pretty cool. At least a B in every region. I know he's 80B in northern Mexico, so hopefully B+ there. And I'm expecting it to do pretty good things to KYLER'S popularity as well. I mean, he's only 1 point away from a C+, so it's going to be decent. Alright, so that's those two angles. We then want a... Let's go with a scythe angle. And he can actually cut a proper angle on Nicholas Lopez. I'm not sure. I don't think they're in the same style. They might be in the same storyline, actually. So there we go. I guess let's go with a Dreamer angle by herself as well. Hopefully tonight is the night. I really wanted to win the title. What else? We still have time. We want an Austin angle to open the show. I really wish we could get a size increase on him because he needs it. He needs a star quality. And then finally, I guess we'll go blue. Let's go both. Let's go Blue Phantom and Felipe in there together. All right, so that actually works out pretty well in regards to time. I do think we can chuck in a trios match. And I think we want to try and use a lot of the guys that we haven't used for a little while. Who else do we have here? We got Scythe, Slayer, Strongman. Well, I guess we can... Do I want to throw El Critico in there? Yeah, so we'll throw El Critico and then we'll go Cosmic Rider in there as well. And we'll actually give the heal team the victory. Let's just give it 12. Doesn't need to be anything too special. El Critico can pin Tricolor. And there we go. I think we actually have time to do an angle, so I guess we'll do an angle there as well. I think, yeah, let's do El Critico on El Mitico. That makes sense. And basically, El Critico addresses the fact that El Mitico is not medically cleared for tonight. Saying that, you know, he's basically afraid. And then we have El Mitico come out and he says, I haven't been medically cleared. However, I've had the match rescheduled for next month at Traicionado. Alright, finally we'll go another trios match. Let's go with the Juggernauts. And they can take on Firefly, Hurricane, and Sunny Wildside. Give Ramos the victory there. Go another match with North Star and Extranjero to take on Ernest and Mobstar. Do these guys have chemistry? I think they might have chemistry as well. From what I remember back in Summit. Pretty sure we can call it, yeah. Alright, that looks pretty good. We'll do a women's match as well, why not? We'll give Francisca a match. And she can take on Lauren, I think. Will actually be a pretty good match by my understanding. And I think we'll give Francisca the victory as well. What's her psychology at? It's at 46. I mean, it's still coming along. Let's have a look. Where did she start off? She started off on 27 in January. So she's come a long way. 27 to 45, or 46 now. Alright, there we go. Pre-show. And I think that'll be pretty good as well. Okay. Double check the venue. Generic, West Central. Let's run the show. We start off with a 55 C-, where we have the Juggernauts defeating Amazing Firefly, Hurricane, and Sunny Wildside in 9:59, when Ramos defeated Amazing Firefly by pinfall with a Warrior Slice. No improvements. We then go into a 60C, where we have North Star Jr. and Extranjero Loco defeating Ernest Youngman and Mobstar in 10:14, when Extranjero defeated Ernest by pinfall with a Flying Saucer. Got a couple of improvements. North Star Jr. in performance, and then Mobstar in technical. And the final pre-show, 67C+, where we have Francisca Marcos defeating Lauren Easter in 11:32 by pinfall with a high rise elbow drop. Good match. Alright, so we start the show off with that El Mitico and El Critico angle. Like I said, El Critico saying that El Mitico's afraid. No, he's not medically cleared. The doctors haven't let him have permission to wrestle tonight. And then, of course, El Mitico comes out, like I said, with his whole spiel about rescheduling. Management's already said that it's going to be taking place at the next pay-per-view next month. 84B plus is pretty good. It's better than the ending angle of last show. And hopefully it's improving El Mitico's popularity. We then go into an 82B rated trios match. 12 minutes. We have Dragon Americano, El Critico, and Cosmic Rider defeating Boom Boom Jamaica, Angel of Mercy, and Tricolor Jr. in 12:25, when El Critico defeated Tricolor by pinfall with a critical mass. Quite a few improvements. We've got Tricolor improving in performance, and then El Critico improving in Rumble and performance, once again, at the ripe age of 43. Basically, I think he's now just hitting his peak. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Really good match to open the show, though. We go to a 59C, which is about what he's been getting recently. We have Austin Smooth cutting his promo on Island Boy. Just saying that he's better than him. He's better. It doesn't matter. He's pretty chilled out. Just doesn't really care too much. The match actually doesn't do too well. 52D plus. But these two just don't click at all. So that kind of makes sense. And we have Austin Smooth defeating Island Boy Apollo in 2025 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by submission with a smooth hold after blatantly cheating. And we have Austin making defense number 2 of his Campeonato del Mexico title. Yeah, I mean, it's just another defense, really. And of course, Austin just continuing to be a bit of a dastardly heel. Alright, we then go into sort of our main mid-card feud at the moment, which is Phantom and Caballero. It's a 62C for their angle together. And again, it's just basically them two going at it. Phantom says that, Felipe and Seth screwed him out of his first pay-per-view victory. And then, of course, Phantom says he got revenge on Seth on Battalla Eterna, and now it's time for him to get revenge on Felipe. The match does really well. I knew it would do quite well. 73B-. But we have Blue Phantom defeating Felipe Caballero 20:02 at 2 falls to 1 after winning the first fall, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a Phantom Cradle. And of course, these two have great chemistry, but we did already know that. And of course, that's going to play into the overall match rating itself. Yeah, really good stuff. So we're also going to get pre-booked in Austin Smooth and Blue Phantom. The question is Austin going to continue to try and cheat his way to title defenses? All right, where are we at? Looking for Blue Phantom, literally the next name down. There we go. We've got 2 matches booked. Moving on to a 58C-, basically just a bit of a throwaway tag match. And of course, we wanted to get Dos Phoenix out there. And we do have Dos Phoenix 2 defeating Labyrinto Jr. and Mystico in 9:31 when Phoenix defeated Labyrinto by pinfall with a Phoenix Salt. And apparently Labyrinto sustained a broken toe, probably due to a Phoenix 4 botch. Maybe not. Oh my goodness. Okay, 84B+ for Electric Dreamer. She's getting over. Please win the title. I would really, really like that. 84B+, man. And a 72B- for the women's match. And yes, we finally have done it. Electric Dreamer defeating Queen Amazon in 11:31 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with an electric blue bomb. Electric Dreamer wins the Campeonato de las Mujeres title. Finally, she wins the big one after numerous attempts. I'm pretty sure she already had a match against Queen Amazon. I think she was her first title match. But yeah, we have a new women's champion, Electric Dreamer. Absolutely over. Still not 100%, talented in the ring at this stage. But she's getting there. And her popularity is obviously pretty sky high along with her star quality. So I think we have the face of our women's division for quite some time. Moving on to a 76 B-, where we have Scythe basically cutting a pretty cryptic, evil, sort of sinister menace angle. It's kind of a promo, bit of a sadistic promo on Nicolas Lopez. There's some subtle hints and mannerisms that Scythe wants to end Nicolas Lopez's life. I mean, that's his gimmick. He is essentially the Reaper. And, yeah, the Reaper wants to finish Lopez and possibly end his career. Pretty good angle. I like it. Now we go into a 72 B- for the Parejas tag match, where we have Absolute Power defeating the Eternal Kings in 2027 when Devious Dr. Fang defeated Marcos Flores by submission with a deadly Kung Fu grip. And then, of course, during the match, we also had Scythe run in and attack Lopez. Absolute Power win the Campeonatos de Parejas title. Yeah, interesting match. Really good rating, actually. Especially for, the Eternal Kings. They've fallen off recently. They've not been as good as they once were. But this is holding its own. And we also, actually, now that I think about it, we kept Flores strong and protected him in this match. So that rating could have been even higher. Okay. Moving on to a 100A star angle from Kyler as our pre-main event angle, possibly going into the highest ever match of Kyler's career. I'm hoping, realistically, I think we can get a 90 or above. But deep down, I really, really want to get a 95 just to hit that A star. Just to hit that. I'd need to hit that. We're what, 54 episodes deep. Come on, Kyler. Come on, Silver Tiger. Okay, it's what I expected. I wanted more, but it's what I expected. A 90A rated main event. Kyler pulling off an incredible performance. Let's say that right now. Obviously, Silver Tiger outperforming, but once Kyler has the same sort of popularity as Silver Tiger, I mean, Kyler's popularity, it's not even a C+ yet prior to this match. Once he hits a B in popularity, I think we'll be hitting 100A stars. I just think that. Anyway, we've got Silver Tiger defeating Kyler Adams in 29:53 by 2 straight falls, with the final fall happening by pinfall with a Silver Tiger driver. Silver Tiger making defense number 1 of his Campeonato D Universal title. And I mean, for a first defense, a 90A is pretty good. Pretty good. We also have Silver Tiger improving in Rumble skills as well. Really good match, man. That's really good. And then we finish off the show with a 96 A star, where we have, that's an overness angle as well. That's overness, and he's getting a 96 A star. And we have, of course, Silver Tiger celebrating in the ring, just rubbing in this victory against a depleted Kyler Adams. And of course, the fans are absolutely hating him for it. They cannot stand Silver Tiger, and they think that, what he says is nonsense. They know there's a lot more talented, wrestlers out there than him. They respect him. They think he's, he is a main eventer, top talent. But they also recognize, guys like Kyler, guys like El Critico, El Mitico coming up as well. And they just don't think that, he is the tippity top. Anyway, he is for now. Let's end the show. Well, okay. 89A for Punto Santificado. That is a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. That is a solid show from, I want to say from top to bottom. But honestly, this Austin Smooth Island Boy Apollo match really puts a bit of a damper on things. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, I have to say, it's a great show anyway. And the game's reflecting that. 89A, 90A main event with Kyler in a Road to Glory. I think that's, we're doing pretty well. It's successful. Anyway, we need to try and cheer a few people up. Now, Alejandro, he has morale issues. Who else? I think North Star does as well. And I guess finally we'll go with Lopez. I'm pretty sure he still has morale issues, but I don't really think they're ever going to go away. And it's still from us firing El Hot Dog, if you remember back quite a few episodes ago. David Garrido. What an absolute menace he was in the series for literally about half of an episode. Anyway, we've been given new goals by Strongman. And of course we have Labyrinto with his injury. Wasn't a botch by anyone, so that's good. He's also working through it, not that it really matters. And we've got a pay-per-view buy rate of 0.16 for Punto Santificado. Not exactly sure what that's going to equate. I mean, the pay-per-view revenue is definitely a lot higher. Well, it's not a lot higher, but it's about nearly 20,000 higher than the previous month, which was 100,000 higher than the month before. And then if you look at ticket sales, we are well above what we were last month as well. Okay. Let us advance 2 days. We'll get into February. I think that was going to be... I mean, we only booked 2 shows this episode, but again, I do want to keep it pretty short. Kind of want to do one more show, though. I think, yeah, we'll do one more Battella Eterna, just to leave me happy. And like I said, I was aiming for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Alright, well, Labyrinto fully fit. Ultimate Phoenix contract ending. I mean, he is the Ultimate Phoenix. Could come in as Tres Phoenix. I mean, he's very over. He's also very old. I don't know. That's a strange one. I'm not too sure if we want to sign. How much is he going to be? It's going to be 21,000. Could go pay per appearance. And maybe just get him in for 6 months, maybe 1 year. I don't know. We don't even need him. We don't need him. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. What decision do we have? Oh, here we go. Vicente Molina. Our first dojo graduate. Let's have a look at him first. Before we sign him, let's have a look. Okay, he's actually not that bad. He's not that bad. 78 flashiness. C- for aerial. C- for chain wrestling. Almost a C- there for mat wrestling as well. Obviously, performance skills, all pretty much Ds. Really bad psychology as well. But a C, the star quality. I like that. I think we can work with him. And he's only 17. Positive influence. We'll take that. Yeah, 6'1". I mean, he's actually kind of a big boy. Yeah, and what we can do here with our... Well, we're going to put him on a written deal, but what you can do with dojo graduates is you can actually give them 0 downside in your pay-per-appearance contracts. So if we wanted to, we could sign this guy for 150 per appearance, right? No downside. We literally don't have to use him if we don't want to, and we don't pay him anything. But obviously, we're not going to do that. I want to give him a developmental deal, but at the same time, it's kind of pointless for me to do that. Anyway, we'll give him a proper contract. What do I want him to be? I mean, he's kind of a face, I guess. I mean, what gimmick would I give him? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll... Kind of looks like more of a heel to me, so I'm going to bring him in as a heel. Alright, so let's bump this up a little bit. Let's go 1400. Never mind, we'll go 1500. I mean, he's probably going to want 1700, I'm assuming. Alright, 1650, we'll take that. Alright, so we got our first dojo graduate as well. I mean, this has been a pretty interesting episode. And we have Vicente Molina. Now the question is, what do we want to do with him? I mean, his finisher is the love bomb, but at the same time, he really doesn't look like someone that's very loving. I kind of want to do like something like a mind freak. You know, he's got his eyes closed. I kind of see him as like a bit of a con man with like magic or something. I don't know. Sounds a bit strange, but he could be Mystico's tag team partner, now that I think about it. Let's call him Mind Freak. 1 word, 2 words. No, I don't like it now that I look at it. Let me close that. Let's just leave it. I'll leave it for next episode, and I'll try and think of something different. Anyway, that is going to end the episode, guys. I kind of went a bit off topic, but we'll kick things off with Batalla Eterna in the next episode, and then of course we'll also give Vicente his new gimmick. We'll give him a push as well, and we'll probably put him on the pre-show. So yeah, make sure you tune into the next episode, guys. Also, make sure you drop a like on this video, show your support for the channel, and yeah, we're gearing up for a pretty awesome next few weeks as we get into TEW 2020. Anyway, apart from that, also make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on. And as always, take it easy. I hope you enjoy the end of stat screen.